Welcome back to Week 4 of the CMS Varsity Esports and STEM League. In Week 3, Williams Montessori, Philip Oberry, and Huff secured a three-way tie for first place. Who will take that number one spot this week?
We knew in Week 1 they were getting used from the varsity STEM side to our teams designing their logos, their esports jerseys. In Week 2, they had to build their first video game. In Week 3, they had to critique, do a product review like you do in the tech world of those games of the opposing teams. And then now in Week 4, they've had 2 full weeks. Some teams have come and enhanced their games based on critiques they got, product review inputs. Some decided to pivot based on what they'd seen, and we're going to see entirely new stuff. I cannot wait to see how in Week 4 the STEM side varsity players have advanced.
Charlotte Engineering versus South Mech started as a close matchup, but South Mech just couldn't take possession in game number 3, losing in esports 3-0. Charlotte Engineering pulling off their first win of the season. They also took a strong 3-1 victory in STEM.
It also was lacking checkpoints. While in this new iteration, the difficulty has been toned down a bit, still rage-inducing, but now can be enjoyed by many people, and checkpoints were added, as well as voice commands to help guide players.
Philip Oberry said it wasn't very clear of what the power-up did. You kind of had to figure it out on your own. So I added in text to add to the story.
Next up was Audrey Kell versus Palisades Park. Open Nets, varsity starter for Palisades, really stepped up, leading his team to a 3-0 win in esports, while both teams put up a great performance, tying up the points in STEM.
You can see here I have set my own controls with WASD, which handles all the collisions and stuff and animations.
Hey YTAC Nation, this is Palisades High School, and we are going to be talking about our new and improved 2D Rocket League game.
We created an instance where if you fall off the map, you lose a life.
As you can see, we had added lives into the game because who wants to reset the whole game off of one death? In addition to this, one suggestion was to add a death screen, which is what we ended up doing.
Williams Montessori versus Olympic is arguably one of the best rivalries we've seen in the league so far. The game went to overtime in game number 5, but Williams Montessori was able to win it all and show exactly why they are the best team in the league right now.
Yellow, we are the JT Williams STEM team, here to show you our improvements to our game. John Taylor Williams defeats the cuboid enemies of Montessori. Another thing that we did was add an entire new level with new art, voice acting, mechanics, story, boss, and the most difficult platforming yet. This is by far the most ambitious part of the project.
Some new stuff that we did add was on the how-to screen. We added some new rules because we did add a new level. Whenever you hit play, we also changed the POV, and we also added a health bar, changed the hitboxes, we made a new character. It looks amazing, and we also added some animations for the new character.
Hopewell versus Providence turned into a 3-0 sweep thanks to Providence varsity starter Debonair racking up goal after goal. However, Hopewell was finally able to form a STEM team after 4 weeks, creating their first submission and obtaining a flawless 4-0 sweep in STEM.
So just a quick thing on our bug fixes. We didn't really have any at first, so we had to create one. That was fixing our main issue. So we got together, we made a plan, and that's how we got to this. And so we have one more out of the total we need to get before we can escape.
So basically your goal is to traverse through this platformer game and reach the golden star while also collecting all the YTAC logos.
Gehringer versus East Mech was a good show, with East Mech winning the series 3-1. Gehringer took a 4-0 victory in STEM after East Mech failed to submit their project.
So basically each line of code, there's a comment that explains what it does. This will gradually get harder, balloons will start coming at you faster, and each time you get hit by one, you kind of flash black to show that you got hit.
Finally, we got to watch Huff versus Philip Oberry, with Volt and Destroyer going back to back, making a good matchup to watch. Philip Oberry won in esports 3-1, while Huff won 3-1 in STEM, since Philip Oberry failed to submit a video of their game in time.
The final thing we decided to do was make it so that the blocks in the library disappear after a few seconds. This adds an extra layer of challenge and fun to the game.
Look how far this jump is. There's got to be a secret, a double jump. Oh!
I'm waiting for him to say, it's unbeatable.
It's on. Oh, you get on the edge. You hop and roll. Look at that.
Oh, he mastered it now. He's mastered it.
Williams Montessori keeps the crown with 21 points, while Philip Oberry and Huff keep up a good performance, only behind by 1. Will Williams Montessori keep the crown, or will one of these teams dominate next week's matches and take their spot? Find out next time on Wednesday Night Lights.
Thank you so much for tuning in as well for this Wednesday Night Lights here on the CMS Varsity Esports. Take care. Good night.